Did you know that by the time we reach 80, we can lose up to half of our muscle mass? This condition, called sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, is a growing concern, affecting over 50 million older adults globally. It significantly reduces their ability to live independently. In fact, in the United States alone, more than 300,000 seniors are hospitalized every year due to falls caused by muscle weakness. What's more surprising is that muscle loss as we age isn't inevitable. According to recent studies, including one from the Journal of Physiology, some people in their 70s and 80s retain the strength, flexibility, and even body shape of much younger individuals. These superagers can climb stairs effortlessly, stand without assistance, and outperform younger people in physical tests. Their secret? It's not genetics, it's their daily habits. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic have pinpointed 7 essential habits that can prevent, or even reverse, age-related muscle loss. However, a staggering 93% of seniors are unaware of these habits. One habit, supported by research from Harvard Medical School, can even rebuild lost muscle mass, even in those over 70. Yet, it's rarely discussed by doctors during routine consultations. Even more surprising, some common health advice actually goes against the latest science on maintaining muscle strength as we age. You might unknowingly be making these mistakes every day, but a simple change in routine could make a huge difference in your ability to live independently as you grow older. Before we dive into the 7 key habits, we'd love to know where you're watching from. Let us know in the comments. And if you find this information helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy as you age. Habit number 1. Embrace beneficial stress. This is one of the most surprising habits of vibrant older adults. They expose themselves to what's called hormetic stress, which refers to small doses of stress that actually benefit the body. The principle behind hormesis is simple. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, especially when it comes to muscle. Research from the Buck Institute for Research on Aging shows that short-term exposure to certain stressors can trigger powerful cellular responses, helping to preserve and even enhance muscle function. Superagers use various forms of hormetic stress, including temperature variations. Brief cold exposure, like finishing a shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water or taking short cold plunges, can activate brown fat, boost mitochondrial function, and increase levels of adiponectin, a hormone that protects muscle tissue from damage. On the other side, heat exposure through saunas or hot baths activates heat shock proteins, which repair muscle cells and prevent breakdown. Research shows that sauna use is also a powerful muscle-preserving strategy. Seniors who used a sauna 4 to 7 times per week experienced 40% less muscle loss over a 10-year period compared to those who didn't. Another hormetic stressor with impressive benefits is intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating. By narrowing the eating window to 8 to 10 hours a day, superagers stimulate autophagy, a cellular process that removes damaged parts and improves muscle quality. A study from the Salk Institute found that this method improved mitochondrial function in muscles by up to 10% in just 12 weeks, even without weight loss. The third stressor involves short, intense muscle contractions. Superagers often practice a technique called overcoming isometrics, where they push or pull against an immovable object with full force for 5 to 10 seconds. These high-intensity contractions send powerful signals to muscle cells, helping preserve muscle size and strength without stressing the joints. What makes these stressors so effective is their intermittent nature. They're brief, controlled, and followed by recovery, which activates longevity genes like SRT1 and FOXO that protect muscles as we age. Remember, the key is to start slowly and gradually build up your tolerance. The goal is mild, beneficial stress, not exhaustion or injury. Habit number 2, strategic protein timing. Many older adults focus only on how much protein they eat, But when you eat protein is just as important. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults should spread their protein intake evenly throughout the day, rather than consuming most of it in one large meal, as many tend to do. Here's the golden rule. Muscles have a 3 to 4 hour window after each meal to maximize protein synthesis. If you consume most of your protein at dinner, you're missing out on this crucial muscle building period. Instead, aim for 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal. Incorporate protein at breakfast, such as eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie. Follow this with protein-rich options like lean meats, fish, or plant-based proteins, e.g., beans and lentils, for lunch and dinner. Research from the University of Texas shows that spreading protein intake across the day can increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 25%, even without changes to exercise habits. Over 12 weeks, participants gained an average of 1.2 pounds of muscle mass simply by altering their eating pattern. Habit number 3. Optimize vitamin D. Did you know that over 80% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D, also known as the muscle vitamin? Vitamin D plays a crucial role in muscle strength and function. A deficiency in vitamin D is now recognized as a silent epidemic, weakening muscles over time. Vitamin D isn't just important for bone health. It directly activates genes responsible for muscle protein synthesis. Research from Harvard shows that vitamin D receptors in muscle cells stimulate the pathways necessary to build and maintain muscle tissue. A breakthrough study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels had 25% more muscle strength compared to those who were deficient. They also had better balance, coordination, and reflexes, all essential for preventing falls. Superagers who maintain youthful strength well into their 80s typically have vitamin D levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter, while the average senior's levels are below 20 nanograms per milliliter, which is considered severely deficient. As we age, our skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight declines significantly. By age 65, our skin produces 50% less vitamin D than it did at age 20, which is why most older adults need vitamin D supplements. The current recommended daily intake of 600 IU of vitamin D for older adults is often too low. Studies suggest that seniors may need 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily to reach optimal levels. However, the exact dosage should be determined by a blood test. In addition to supplements, vitamin D-rich foods like fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products can help. Aim for 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun exposure when possible. Vitamin D and vitamin K2 synergy. It's important to note that vitamin D works together with vitamin K2 to ensure calcium is directed into your bones and not your arteries. Without enough K2, taking high doses of vitamin D could increase the risk of artery calcification, a serious health concern. Vitamin K2 can be found in fermented foods like natto, pickled vegetables, and some animal-based foods. If you haven't had a blood test to check your vitamin D levels, it's a good idea to ask your doctor. Aim to bring your levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter to protect and strengthen your muscles over time. Habit number 4. Control inflammation daily. One of the common traits among energetic older adults is their ability to maintain low levels of chronic inflammation. Known as inflammaging, this low-grade inflammation is a leading cause of muscle loss in seniors. It activates pathways that cause muscle breakdown faster than your body can rebuild, and it blocks the signals that normally promote muscle growth after exercise or meals. A study from Tufts University found that older adults with high inflammation lost muscle mass 3 times faster than those with lower inflammation. Superagers follow specific anti-inflammatory strategies to keep this in check. 1. Prioritize quality sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep in a dark room. Poor sleep can raise inflammation markers by up to 40%. 2. Support gut health. As gut bacteria change with age, systemic inflammation increases. Superagers eat 30+ types of plant foods per week, plus fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut. 3. Manage exercise intensity. Too much high-intensity training can cause inflammation. Superagers mostly train at moderate intensity and add brief high-intensity sessions 1 or 2 times a week. 4. Supplement with anti-inflammatory compounds, omega-3s, 2 to 3 grams daily, curcumin from turmeric, and polyphenol-rich foods like berries, green tea, and olive oil can reduce inflammation. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that this combination reduced inflammation markers by 29% in just 12 weeks. You can track inflammation with a blood test, e.g., hsCRP, and superagers typically keep their levels under 1 milligrams per liter, much lower than the average senior. Habit number 5. Essential vitamins and minerals. While many nutrition tips focus on macronutrients, protein, carbs, fats, superagers with exceptional muscle strength also pay close attention to micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals that support muscle function and protein synthesis. These essential nutrients act as catalysts, helping your body make the most of the protein you eat and enhancing the benefits of exercise. Without proper micronutrient intake, even a protein-rich diet won't be as effective in building muscle. Even with regular exercise, muscle loss can still occur over time. Key minerals like magnesium and vitamins like creatine and B12 are crucial for maintaining muscle strength and function. Magnesium. Magnesium is often overlooked, but it plays a vital role in muscle health. Over 7% of older adults are deficient in this essential mineral, which is involved in over 300 enzyme reactions related to muscle function. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults with optimal magnesium levels had 30% more muscle strength, better grip, and superior physical performance compared to those with mild magnesium deficiency. Superagers consume magnesium-rich foods like dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and even dark chocolate. Many also supplement with magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate, highly absorbable forms of magnesium. Creatine. Creatine is often associated with young athletes, but it's also incredibly beneficial for older adults. Research from McMaster University shows that creatine supplementation can increase muscle mass, strength, and even cognitive function, outperforming strength training alone. A daily dose of 3 to 5 grams can boost energy production in muscles and create an anabolic environment that supports muscle growth and maintenance. Methylated B12. As we age, our ability to absorb vitamin B12 diminishes, mainly due to reduced stomach acid. Common medications like metformin for diabetes or proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux can further deplete this vital nutrient. B12 deficiency directly impacts muscle energy production and nerve function. Superagers often take methylcobalamin, a more effective, biologically active form of B12, rather than the cheaper, less bioavailable cyanocobalamin found in many multivitamins. Supporting minerals. Other minerals like zinc, selenium, and chromium are also critical for protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity, both of which are essential for delivering nutrients to muscle tissue. A large study from Tufts University showed that seniors with optimal levels of these trace minerals maintain 22% more muscle mass over 5 years compared to those with deficiencies. Instead of relying on generic multivitamins, superagers often undergo micronutrient testing to identify specific deficiencies and supplement precisely. This tailored approach ensures they meet their body's exact biological needs and avoid spending money on unnecessary supplements. Habit number 6. Protecting your neuromuscular junctions. Muscle loss doesn't always begin in the muscles themselves. It can often start with the breakdown of neuromuscular junctions, the point where nerve signals are transmitted to muscle cells. This breakdown can significantly impact muscle function. Maintaining the health of these junctions is key to preserving strength and avoiding muscle wasting as we age. Muscle loss can often begin with the breakdown of neuromuscular junctions, the connections between your nerves and muscles. These junctions, like electrical outlets linking your brain to your muscles, start to decline, especially after age 60. As a result, your brain struggles to send effective signals to your muscles, even if you eat enough protein and exercise regularly. A study from the University of Michigan found that superagers, those with superior strength, maintain well-preserved neuromuscular junctions, unlike most older adults. Fortunately, specific practices can help maintain or even restore these vital connections. Practice number 1. Coordination-based movement activities. Activities that focus on precision and coordination like Tai Chi, dancing, tennis, or ping pong are shown to strengthen neuromuscular signaling in ways that traditional workouts, like walking or weightlifting, cannot. A 2020 study in the Journal of Physiology found that seniors who participated in coordination-based activities twice per week preserved their neuromuscular junctions 31% better than those who only did traditional exercises. Practice number 2. Targeted supplements. Certain supplements support neuromuscular health by protecting the nerve-muscle connections from oxidative damage. Alpha-lipoic acid and acetyl L-carnitine are two such compounds. Other helpful options include benfotiamine, a form of vitamin B1, and huperzine A, which helps boost acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that activates muscles. Additionally, breathing exercises that stimulate the vagus nerve, which coordinates communication between the brain and muscles, can be effective. Try box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold again for 4 counts. Just 5 minutes daily of this practice can increase nerve activation to muscles by up to 15%. Engaging in mental activities also supports neuromuscular health. A study from Columbia University found that older adults who regularly engage in complex cognitive tasks maintain better muscle function. This is due to the shared neural pathways between brain activity and neuromuscular function. Habit number 7. Progressive resistance training. The most important habit for maintaining muscle strength as we age is progressive resistance training. Researchers at Tufts University describe it as the most effective anti-aging strategy ever discovered. Superagers incorporate training protocols that specifically target the biological causes of muscle loss. The core principle is simple. Muscles follow the rule of use it or lose it, but they must be progressively challenged to stay strong. Low-intensity exercise, like walking or lifting the same light weights every week, isn't enough after age 60. To maintain muscle mass and strength, the body needs progressively increasing resistance to challenge it and stimulate muscle growth. What sets superagers apart? Superagers, those who maintain strong muscles and vitality into their 80s, follow some unique habits that set them apart from others. Here's what makes them different. 1. They focus on intensity, not duration. Research from McMaster University shows that high-intensity resistance training twice a week leads to more muscle gains than moderate-intensity training 5 times a week. The key is reaching momentary muscular failure, the point where you can't do another rep with proper form. This triggers protein synthesis for up to 72 hours after the workout. 2. They prioritize compound movements. Superagers focus on compound exercises like squats, deadlifts, rows, presses, and pull-ups, or assisted versions. These movements engage multiple muscle groups and stimulate a stronger hormonal response than isolated exercises. 3. They apply progressive overload. Superagers gradually increase the weight or difficulty of their exercises. Progressive overload ensures that their muscles continue to adapt and grow stronger over time. They track their progress and challenge themselves to do a little more each time. 4. They emphasize the eccentric phase. The eccentric phase, lowering the weight slowly, builds strength while putting less stress on the joints. Even seniors in their 70s and 80s can benefit from this method. A study from the University of Alabama found that progressive resistance training added 1.5 kilograms, 3.3 pounds, of muscle and boosted strength by 35% in just 12 weeks, along with improvements in blood sugar, bone density, and brain function. The biggest mistake many seniors make is thinking that strength training is dangerous or unnecessary. The truth is, not strength training is the real risk. It allows muscle loss to continue unchecked. Why progressive strength training is key. If you choose just one habit from this list, make it progressive strength training. It's the most effective way to combat muscle loss and maintain strength well into your later years. Final thoughts. Now that you've discovered 7 science-backed habits that can help people in their 80s maintain youthful strength, why not start today? Choose the habit that feels easiest to implement and gradually add others into your routine. Your future self will thank you for investing in your health, independence, and long-term quality of life. We'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these habits? Which one surprised you the most? Do you know someone in their 70s or 80s who still has incredible strength? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. We're always here to listen. Thank you for watching. Wishing you strength, resilience, and joy in the days ahead.